I know that season 3 of The White Lotus was divisive, but after seeing the finale, I genuinely think it might be my favorite season, and I think the best season. And I'm not just saying that because I'm at the 4 seasons right now. This is insane. HBO brought me out to the White Lotus at the 4 seasons, so that's where I'm making this video from. Thank you. This is crazy. I think the people that didn't like season 3 as much noticed and took issue with the lack of overt surface level conflict. The thing is, I think the fact that all of the conflict in season 3 is heavily emotional and boiling under the surface is what makes it the most nuanced and subtle. Subtle is subjective in terms of the White Lotus. This is a sliding scale than previous seasons. Like, these characters were less archetypical, less stereotypical. They were more fully fleshed and three-dimensional. I think Lori, Kate, and Jacqueline's storyline being one of the most beloved of this season, despite having the least amount of like actual plot points, is evident of that, because this storyline resonated so deeply with me. And it's one of the things that I found difficult to talk about before the finale, because I feel like the way that people talked about these characters throughout most of this season was that this is such a toxic relationship. Like, they need to get out of this. But I was recognizing patterns that I have in my own life with people that I love. And I don't mean casual friendships. I mean people that I have known since I was born. And I think that when you love someone with that level of intimacy, when you truly know them, there reaches a point where you resent them for knowing your flaws and you resent them for their flaws, but there's no getting around that. There's a point with love where you accept someone's flaws, just like in intimate relationships. You will be frustrated with them. And I think a lot of even like the shit talking that they do is based in genuine care and concern, and that's just how it comes out sometimes. There are things that you can't say to people, but you want the best for them because you care about them. And it's not always well-intentioned. Sometimes it's just blowing off steam. But I genuinely think that this was such a realistic portrayal of the ways that we can fail each other as friends, but the way that the people that you love will ultimately show up for you, regardless of the little ways that they might not be exactly who you want them to be. I will probably end up making full videos about many of the characters and their arcs in this season. I found it interesting that some people thought that Rick and Chelsea's story was cliche or soap opera-y. I found it like mythic and like eternally romantic and also tragic. I think it was really lovely and beautiful in a predestined tragic kind of way. The Ratliffs, I fucking love. I love that Mike White does ambiguity. I love that we leave these characters knowing that they are about to have their shit rocked. This scene, fucking incredible. This monologue, which I don't understand how people didn't see through Piper's bullshit, because this was definitely in character and made absolutely this was the only result that her character could have had. This thumbs up, fucking incredible. I love Parker Posey. I could write an entire dissertation about the way that Piper was so resentful specifically of her mother, but then her mother was the only person that she actually made eye contact with during this conversation because she could not stomach the shame of looking anyone else in the eyes. She knew her mother would understand her, and there's a lot to unpack there. Lachlan's brush with death was insane. I think Saxon, again, has had some incredible character growth. I loved seeing Belinda and Zion. That scene was absolutely incredible. And let me tell you, the way people are talking about Belinda, like being just like Tanya, is such bullshit. Belinda did not know that man for more than 5 minutes, okay? Belinda didn't come to him with a business plan. He's the one that asked her. She does not owe him anything. She didn't make him any promises, and they came into that relationship as equals, okay? She does not need to shackle herself to some dude she met 5 minutes ago so that you can have a bookend in the story, okay? Let that woman live. Also, I think Guy Talk's story is so fucking tragic. I think that his story actually of wanting deeply to be nonviolent, but being ultimately pressured to take this incredibly stereotypical path in order to get the girl and the life he wants is genuinely so tragic. I think this season was fucking incredible. I can't believe that I'm here right now. I'm gonna go sit by the pool. But I have so much more to say. I'm sure I'm gonna make a ton more videos.